Magandang umaga. Our 10th regular session is now called to order. Councilor Amon is requested for the invocation as well as for the reading of the Councilor's Creed. We will dispense with the singing of the national anthem. Please rise.
Salamat po kami Panginoon sa mga ito. Natagay din namin ang maayos na kalusugan. Salamat po sa inyong mercy and grace na ipinapakita sa mga anak. Maraming salamat din po sa pag-iingat ninyo sa mga ito mga pagkas sa lugar na ito. Ang iyong po tinataas ninyo, ang bawat isa sa aming pagganap ng pangulong ninyo. Bigyan niyo po kami Panginoon, discernment, wisdom na mula sa inyo. Nawa ay pamutawid pa din po Panginoon ang pag-uunawaan din paggalang sa bawat isa. Dalahin ko po Panginoon, bigyan niyo po ng special wisdom ang aming pong presiding officer. Dalahin na ito ay aking tinataas sa tayong pangalan ni Jesus. Itaas po natin ang ating kanang kamay at sabay-sabay po natin yung kasi ng councilors. I will be councilor, written by Lord of the ordinances, Notre Dame for the general welfare of my citizens, for happiness, peace, and prosperity. Officers of the principle of my and the secretary of the legislation, and Almighty God and my department, shall ensure my constituents.
Thank you. Please be seated. Before the roll call, we would like to acknowledge our budget officer, Ma'am Gemma Soriano, who will also be celebrating her 60th birthday tomorrow. Which is here to invite us. Good morning, Ma'am Budget. Please, Honorable Mr. Secretary.
Good morning, everyone. May I please call the roll. Honorable Richard Galdan. Honorable Stalwart Joseph Benedito. Honorable Sarah Din Abon. Honorable Rodel Badua. Honorable Nitan Hamla Canilaw. Honorable Ezekiel Rodriguez. Honorable Hayati Bugatan. Honorable J. Mart Naingit. Honorable Georgia Joy Jackson. Honorable Mireya Pacaldo. Honorable Jason Reyes Espino. Madam Presiding Officer, there are 9 members who are present in this session. Therefore, constitute a quorum.
The Chair declares a quorum, and as such, we can now legally tackle our agenda for this regular session.
Maraming salamat po, Ginong Tagapangulo. Before we start, may I share sa maikling talata lamang po sa ating Biblia na matatagpuan sa aklat ng Isaiah 41:10, lalo pa sa mga may tinagdadaanan. Sinasabi po rito, huwag kang matakot sapagkat ako'y kasama mo. Huwag kang mamamba sapagkat ako ang iyong Diyos. Palalakasin kita at tutulungan kita. Aalalayan kita ng aking matwid na karang-karang. Puri ng Diyos sa kanyang salita, siya nawat magpala dito sa ating mga buhay. Madam Chair, I move for the adoption of the order of business in today's regular session.
Any objection? Hearing none, then we adopt the agenda prepared by our Secretary to this regular session.
We are now on item number 4, Madam Chair, reading in consideration of the minutes of the previous session, 9th regular session, September 29, 2025. Anyone from this office body who shares to take the floor, kindly raise your right hand to be acknowledged by the presiding officer. Madam Chair, the lady from Possession Polo, I recognize Madam Chair.
Councilor Cachan.
Presiding Officer, Representative, would like to
to page 29105, that the resolution commending Mr. Joseph Omerson for being honored with the municipality with days 7 and the recently released results of the licensure examination of social workers be placed under the unassigned business and not under the measures for third.
Please take note of the amendment, Mr. Secretary. Any other amendment? If there are no more clarifications or amendments, the chair solicits a motion for the approval and adoption of the minutes of our ninth regular
Mr.
session.
Presentation would like to move for the approval of the adoption of the minutes of the 9th regular session of the 35th Sangguniang Bayan held last September 29, 2020.
Second.
Any objection? Hearing none, and we approve the minutes of our regular session.
Second special session held last October 1, 2025. Anyone from this August body wishes to take the floor, kindly raise your hand para ma-recognize po tayo.
Dear President,
Motion for adoption of the minutes of the second special session.
Second.
any objection? Hearing none, then to approve the minutes of our second special session held last October 1, 2025.
Under item number 5, privilege hour, the designated one from President Uno would like to take the floor to deliver his privilege speech. Kindly recognize Honorable Delegate of the
Councilor Benedict is recognized.
Thank you, Madam Presiding Officer and to the Committee Leader. Madam Presiding Officer, mga kasama sa pagunian, at mga kapwa likod bayan ng araw po. Bilang pagulita po sa World Teachers Day, kahapon po no October 5, 2025, narito po ako upang hilingin ang buong suporta po ng ating sanggunian sa isang resolusyon para sa institutionalisasyon at seguridad sa panunungkulan ng mga child development workers or daycare workers. Ang ating po mga CDWs ang unang guro ng bawat batang Brooks Point Tenyo. Sila ang nagbubukas ng pintuan ng kaalaman, disiplina at pag-asa para sa mga batang edad 0 hanggang 6. Ngunit sa kabila ng napakahalagang papel nila, honorarium base pa rin sila. Alam po natin ang ganitong kwento kapag nagpalit po ng barangay leadership, natitingnan po ang kabuhayan ng mga CDWs, na antala po ang klase at nagugulo po ang mga batang sanay sa kanilang guro. Hindi po ito patas at hindi lang po sa ating mga CDWs at higit sa lahat po hindi po ito patas sa ating mga bata. Kung tunay nating pinahalagaan ang kabataan bilang pag-asa ng bayan, dapat ang kanilang unang guro ay may tiyak na seguridad, proteksyon at marangal ng pagkilalang profesional. Layunin po nun ang resolusyon na aking pong isasalang mamaya ay ihayag po ang buong suporta ng LGU Brooks Point sa security of tenure ng mga CDWs. Ipadala ang kopya nito sa DSWD, DBM, CSC, Early Childhood Care Development Council sa ating mga mambabatas upang itulak ang permanente plantilla positions. Hikayatin po ang local chief executive at mga punong barangay na tiyakin na just cause at due process lamang ang magiging batayan ng anumang pagbabago sa kanilang hanay. Sa pag-aproba ng resolusyon ito, ipinadadala natin ang malinaw na mensahe. Sa Brooks Point, protektado ang mga bata dahil protektado ang kanilang mga guro. Hindi lamang tayo nagbibigay ng trabaho, naglalatag po tayo ng pundasyon ng kinabukasan. Maraming salamat po at maligayang araw po ng mga guro.
Maraming salamat, Councilor. Maganda ang iyong mensahe sa iyong privilege speech. Matagal ang kailangan dito ng ating mga daycare workers na tuwing barangay election or election ay naapektuhan ng kanilang hanay, lalo na kung may mga kwento na masanay sa kanilang pamamaraan ng pagtuturo. Alam na tayo na isa sa pinakamahusay na daycare worker sa buong Palawan, pero nawala sa pagiging daycare teacher, nahirapan sa politiko. At sana hindi lang ito maging resolution. Sana ito ay maging ordinansa. At ito ay nire-refer natin mismo sa ating bigay privilege speech ngayong umaga kay Councilor Salvador.
Madam Chair, under privilege hour, the gentleman from Barangay San Bruno, United States of deliver his privilege speech. I think I can Honorable Bato.
Councilor Bato, very good.
Good morning to the mga presiding officer and to the General Patrol Manager and to my colleagues. This is the for the issue, the what you call that, the terminal chair, the driver. Ito isang inaabot lang din po sa akin ng isang mga magulang po, lalo dito sa South about po ng ating bayan, na kung saan po ay pinagbabawal na yung pag-drop ng ating estudyante sa ating pong tawag dito, sa 26 Port, ang tawag rotonda, na kung saan sila po ay binababa na po sa terminal at minsan po ay dito na po sa harap ng munisipyo. At tayo po yung isang nakakalungkot sa binabating mga magulang at dudugli po yung kanila po gastusin. At sana po ay mabigyan natin ng agarang aksyon upang kung kahirapan ng buhay ay alam naman natin sa ngayon ay madudubli pa yung kanila po kagastusan. Gayun po sa kanilang pag-uwi, hindi rin daw po sila napapasakay doon sa rotonda. Malakad pa rin po sila dito hanggang sa ating bagong munisipyo. So yun po ay hinihiling po ko sa Chairman Committee of Transpo na kung saan po ay hindi din po na solusyon lalo dito po sa southern part ng ating lahat. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you, Councilor Badwa. I-refer natin sa Chairman ng Committee on Transportation.
So if there is no more conditions, made the opportunity for the privilege hour as well as the question hour. May we move on now to the item number 7, reading of the Federal Political Measures. This representation directs the Secretary to the Sangguniang IPD the measures.
The budget officer is here. Dito siya sa question hour siya.
Question hour po. Okay po. Para po sa second.
Para siyang determahan no?
Therefore, I withdraw my motion, Madam Chair. We go back now to the item number 6, question hour.
Yes, Madam Budget. May we know, bakit po kayo nakabisita sa amin bukod sa invite or
Magandang umaga po sa lahat, lalo na po sa aking presiding officer. Pupunta po ako dito kasi maglalambing lang po. Kasi yung inyo pong na-approve na MDC po nung Monday, nung September 29 po yata, supposedly yun po ay supplemental number 7. Pero ang request po kasi ay yung transmittal po galing sa Office of the Mayor ay approval and adoption of MDC number 35 po yata yun. So yun lang po ang naging resolution po siya.
Oo.
Actually po yun po ay supplemental budget number 7. Baka po magtaka po kayo, naging number 7 na po. Meron po kasi mga na-approve ang Sangguniang Bayan, yung tatlo pong magkakasunod na hindi po ako aware doon kasi nga po direkta po na nag-request po yung mga offices na concerned na na direkta po sa MDC at na-submit po dito sa Sangguniang Bayan. So yun po yung hinabol ko po na maging supplemental kasi nung nakaraan po kasi nagkaroon na ng audit memorandum. Lahat po kasi ng reprogramming po natin ay subject for supplemental budget. So yung tatlo po na yun naman kakasunod, yung 1.8 million is number 4. Yung number 5 po ay yung 1.5 something po yung sa MDRR. At yung 4 million po na from Ipilan po, yung para sa construction ng public market na nireprogram na acquisition po ng heavy equipment at saka 1.5 para sa, hindi ko na po matandaan kung ano yan. Basta 4 million po, yun po ang number 6. So yung na-place po ng Local Finance Committee na 13,874,352.76, yun po ang dapat ang number 7. Pero yung sa tatlo po ay okay, yung tatlo po na nauna is okay na. So ito lang po yung nagkaroon po ng problema, yung pang number 7. So yun lang po sana yung ipapakiusap ko po na bali sa title. Hindi ko po alam kung ano nga yung parang title lang po ng supplemental budget number 7.
Ano ba yung solusyon doon, Sec? I-refer natin sa Committee on Finance para mamaya ay
Hindi po palitan na lang din.
palitan na lang.
Kasi parang error lang naman siya.
Opo, error na po sa amount po ma'am, wala pong babaguhin. At saka yung napuntahan ko ng 13 million, same naman po, wala din pong babaguhin. Yun na po yung title po ng supplemental budget.
Yun lang siguro i-requestan namin ma-recall lahat ng mga assign na namin na mga ordinances sa supplemental budget para makapalitan ng lahat.
Hindi yung 7 gagawin yung pa.
Yung 8
Hindi, yung 7 gagawin.
Yung ano po kasi hindi na po natin pwedeng gawin kasi meron na pong number 9. Meron na pong number 9 for today na ano po kasi parang naging ano na po yung lahat po nung nagre-request ng reprogramming o may direkta. So kaya po dumami din natin supplemental naging number 9 na. Kasi na po ba auto sila na mag-request diretso. So hindi na po naiipon. Kaya nga po mapapansin po ninyo yung supplemental budget po natin ay meron 1.8, meron 1.5, may 4 million. So yung ngayong araw po is 1 point, parang 1 point something dito. Parang 598 po yung ngayong araw. So hindi na po kasi siya pwedeng pagpalitin po sa Sir Secretary, hindi natin pwedeng pagpalitin.
Dapat makalagay na sa minutes para
yung number 8 po kasi na-approve na ng special session.
oo.
Yung sa 11 million po.
Dapat, anong number siya?
Yung 7 po na-approve po ng 29. Yung 13 million po na... 7 po. 7 po yun siya. Yun lang din po yung number 7 na po yung 13 million plus. Yun lang po yung nagka-problema na hindi po nalagyan ng supplemental budget number 7 po. Yun lang naman po.
Supplemental lang po.
Opo, yung supplemental budget na award po ng 2025-07.
Sa title lang.
Opo.
Supplemental lang.
Opo.
Yun na yung ginagawa na may task lang po pag ano.
Lalagyan na lang ng ano? Ng dash? Dash 8?
Pwede naman po.
Oo. Para hindi na mabago yung number.
Opo.
Okay na, Sec?
Okay na po.
So far po yun lang naman po. Maraming salamat po sa pag-accommodate po. Thank you.
Thank you, Budget.
Pwede na po. Thank you very much po sa inyo lahat.
Happy birthday.
Salamat po. Pasensya po, walang walang may meeting po kasi kami bukas. May meeting po kasi kami bukas. Diyan na po kami sa conference room.
Milestone yan.
Conference room. Assess me tatlo ng birthday.
Magkahiwalay, hindi pwede.
Maraming salamat po.
Thank you.
Okay na po.
Hindi raw halata, sabi ni Esmitan. senior na.
Opo, senior na po.
Okay po, thank you very much po.
Madam Chair, we are still on the question hour. The legislative would like to take the floor to raise questions. Can you recommend Honorable? Yes, sir.
Yes, League President.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, ang akong vote I would like to address, I would like to speak on an issue that has been a reason for confusion for our constituents. Yung nakaraang dito po, narito po ang mga enforcers mula po sa Land Transportation Office at iba pa pong units para i-implementa po ang national law patungkol po sa kalsada. Isa po dito ay yung pagsusunod po ng helmet. Naintindihan po natin na ang Sangguniang Bayan ng Brooks Point ay mayroon po existing na ordinansa patungkol sa pag-aalaw o pagpayag po for convenience at kung ano pang kadahilanan na payagan ang ating mga motorista dito po sa loob ng poblasyon na hindi po magsuot ng helmet. Naiintindihan po natin ang intent ng Sangguniang Bayan at nang namayapa po natin dating konsehal at yung barberal sa pag-order po ng ordinansa yun. Ngunit nung nakaraang linggo po, ang ating po mga kababayan ay namuntahan po dahil sa hindi pagsusuot po ng helmet at hindi po isa kundi napakarami po nila. Naintindihan po natin ang hierarchy of laws. Tayo po sa Sangguniang Bayan ay hindi po maaaring mag-aproba ng kontra po doon sa ating national. Ngunit ang ating po pagpayag sa pag-aproba nun ay nagbigay po ng confusion sa ating mga kababayan. Ang sa atin lamang po, hindi na po magtuturuan, kundi i-harmonize po sana natin yung ating po intent na pag-iintindi sa ating mga kababayan at ganoon din ang pag-respeto po sa national law. Unang-una po, hindi po sana natin na sumulat po sa Land Transportation Office kung paano po malolocalize yung ating pong kagustuhan at na hindi po natin mapaviolate yung kanila po ini-implementa. Pangalawa po, tanungin po natin ang Provincial Legal Office patungkol po sa validity ng ating pong ordinansa. Kasi mahirap po na umaasa yung ating pong mga kababayan na may ordinansa po tayo ganito, ngunit hindi naman po nila alam na meron naman pong national law na hindi po ayon dito. Pangatlo po ay ating din pong i-revisa, listahin po natin muli yung ating pong ordinansa patungkol po sa pagpayag na wala pong helmet dito po sa bayan. At tunan po natin po ano ang magagawa natin. At ganoon din po, ang maimpormahan po yung ating pong mga kababayan kung ano po ba ang nararapat para po dito. Para maiwasan po ang napakalaking multa. Sa ating pong pagkakaalam, ang multa po yun ay umaabot ng 5,000. 5,000 po na napakalaki po, lalo na sa panahon po ngayon na naghihirap po ang ating mga kababayan. Maraming salamat po. Ang aking pong pagtanong ng isyong ito ay hindi po para questionin ang validity ng pag-implementa ng Land Transportation Office, kung sana po ay tayo rin nagkakausap para hindi naman po nasasakrisyo yung ating pong mga kababayan na umaasa po sa action ng Sangguniang. Maraming salamat.
Tama. Magandang pamakalama para ma-bring up yung issue na ito. Dahil nga sa dating ng mga taga-NTO last week, talagang maraming nahilig. Pero meron tayong ganong ordinansa na kung saan ay may pasal ng panahon ninyo, dahil sa naipasal natin yun, dahil mayroong mga riding in tandem na nagdinda rin dito sa may sa Petron at saka doon sa sa covered court ng District 2. Oo, meron na. Kaya naipasa yung ganong ordinansa, pero hindi aware ang LTO at syempre lagi nilang sasabihin na mayroong national law na talagang nag-uuliga magsuot ng helmet at walang nakalagay doon kung saan niya. Kaya talagang kung nakamotor ka dapat naka-helmet ka. Siguro ang unang bagay na naisip ko ay since mayroong confusion sa ating mga constituents, baka yung iba dyan hindi pa nakapagbayad, ay patawag natin yung ating epe sa LTO na for this sa mga apprehension last week, baka hindi pa, may mga hindi pa nakapagbayad, ay i-honor na yung ordinansa. Kasi malaki talaga yung sinisingit eh. Yung 5,000 yan, pinakamaliit na yan. Ang alam ko, 10, 12, 15. Pwede bang ma-invite natin yung ating yung hepe ng LTO?
Ngayon.
Oo. At then, time na rin talaga na i-revisit natin yung ating ordinansa. Kasi kung dahil dyan ay malito ang ating mga kababayan at hindi natin alam kailan ulit babalik dito ang mga taga-LTO, ay baka mahuli sila ulit. In good faith naman sila na sumusunod sa ating batas. At hindi rin natin alam kung ano ang comment noon kasi di ba pinapadala naman natin lahat yan sa provincial sa Sangguniang Panlalawigan. Natatandaan mo ba kung ano ang kanilang... Minsan kasi may mga ordinansa tayo na wala silang comment, ano?
Wala po, basta dito lang sa pulo, approve.
Kaya tayo naman ay sumusunod din tayo sa ating mga ordinansa. At kung wala silang komento, ay nagiging batas na. Pero para maiwasan yung confusion ay nasa sa inyo kung kailangan baguhin natin yung ating ordinansa na yun at sumunod tayo sa national law.
There'll be no more chair to avail their time to the question hour, mainly now move on to the item number 7, reading the referrals to the post measures. This presentation directs the Secretary of the Secretary to read the measures one by one.
Items under first reading. Number 1, a letter from Ms. Ima Tabangay, requesting for proper action on the letter from Epilan Legal Corporation regarding their protest on the imposition of payment for ecosystem fees.
Said measure be referred to the Committee on Environment, chaired by Honorable Pinasa.
Number 2, a letter from the Municipal Mayor requesting for adoption and approval of MDC Resolution Number 36, Series of 2025, approving and adopting the supplemental AIP and certified as sergeant.
Said measure be referred to the Committee on Finance, chaired by Honorable Canina.
Number 3, a letter from the Municipal Mayor requesting for adoption and approval of the proposed budget and program of Local Council for the Protection of Children for CY 2026 of the Municipal Government of Brooks Point.
Measure be referred to the Committee on Finance, chaired by Honorable Canina.
Number 4, another letter from the Municipal Mayor requesting for adoption and approval of the proposed budget and program of PWD for CY 2026 of the Municipal Government of Brooks Point.
Said measure be referred to the Committee on Finance, chaired by Honorable.
Another letter from the Municipal Mayor requesting for adoption and approval of the proposed budget and program of Senior Citizen Affairs for CY 2026.
Measure be referred to the Committee on Finance, chaired by Honorable Canina.
And number 6, a letter from the Municipal Mayor requesting for adoption and approval of the proposed supplemental budget number 2025-09 amounting to 1,598,000 pesos.
Same measure be referred to the Committee on Finance chaired by the Honorable Dr.
Ordinansa bilang 22 mula sa Sangguniang Barangay ng Samariñana, isang ordinansa na nagbabawal sa paggamit ng maingay na tambutso ng mga motorsiklo at naglalayong magbigay ng kaayusan, kapayapaan at kaligtasan sa mamayan. Number 8, ordinansa bilang 23 na nagtatatag taunang kompetisyon ng parang purok bilang pagpapalaganap ng kalinisan, kaayusan at pagkakaisa. At ordinansa 25 ng Barangay Samariñana, ordinansa na nagbibigay ng otoridad sa opisyal ng purok proper dose upang pangasiwaan ang bilaran ng palay at magpatupad ng contribution para sa pagpapanatili at kalinisan ng sabing lugar. Ordinansa bilang 26 sa 2025 mula sa Sangguniang Barangay ng Samariñana na nagtatakda ng pagkakaroon ng insentibo sa sinumang barangay opisyal na nakapaglingkod ng 3 taong magkakasunod na termino sa barangay bilang pagkilala sa kanilang dapat mahusay at walang pag-iimbot na paglilingkod sa pamayanan. At ordinansa bilang 27 mula sa Sangguniang Barangay ng Samariñana na nagpapatupad ng pagbabawal sa pag-aalaga ng baboy sa mataong lugar o residential area sa Barangay Samariñana at naglalakad ng mga kauukulang parusa sa paglabag nito. Number 12, a letter from the Municipal Mayor requesting for the possible consideration for the amendment of Ordinance Number 2024-10, Section 3, Paragraph G of the Catfighting Ordinance to include Saturdays in the regular catfight.
For the items 7 to 12, measures be referred to the Committee on Rules, Laws, Ethics, Public Order, and Good Government, chaired by Honorable Getchell.
Madam Presiding Officer, we have here a request from the proponent, Honorable Benedito, for calendar the proposed measure for first reading ordinance granting a discount on water charges for registered sole parents in the municipality of Brooks Point LGU operated water system, providing guidelines and for other purposes.
Said measure be referred to the Committee on Finance.
A communication from OIC Resident Manager, Imperial Nickel Corporation, Alex Arabis, calling the attention of Honorable Hayati Tugasan, Sangguniang Bayan Member, Committee on Environment and Natural Resources.
That of course the
requesting niya may I read, Madam Presiding Officer, the whole contents of this letter. Honorable Tugasan, we hope this letter finds you in good health and spirits. We acknowledge receipt of your letter dated October 2, 2023. As we have already formally filed our applications for the mayor's permit for both 2023 and 2024 and complied with all the requirements set forth in the municipality's charter, we initially believed that no further endorsement from the Sangguniang Bayan was necessary. However, based on the guidance provided by your office, we are respectfully requesting a resolution from Sangguniang Bayan to endorse the issuance of a business permit to Ipilan Nickel Corporation. As a responsible corporate citizen, Ipilan Nickel Corporation remains committed to promoting sustainable development and fostering strong partnership with local stakeholders, including your esteemed office. Our continued efforts in job creation support for the economic, educational, and health needs of both the indigenous communities and underprivileged sectors of Brooklyn are a testament to this commitment. Thank you very much. Respectfully, Alice Arabes.
Said the communication letter be referred to chairman himself, Honorable Dunasan. We are now, Madam Chair, on item number 8 of the report.
Madam Presiding Officer, excuse me, we have still two communications.
Okay.
Address, a letter from the municipal mayor addressed to the Honorable Presiding Officer, Sangguniang Bayan members, respectfully requesting for appropriate action on the supplemental budget number 2025-09 amounting to 1,598,000 pesos.
Said mention be referred to the Committee on Finance chaired by Honorable Nagmina.
And another letter from the municipal mayor for the endorsement following NDC resolution number 36 series of 2025 for review and approval.
Said mention be referred to the Committee on Finance chaired by Honorable Nagmina. Madam Chair, I move for the suspension of our internal rules, particularly the order of the business to accommodate our guests. Madam Chair,
Magandang umaga.
Madam Chair, since nakasuspend tayo ito yung ating internal rules, may I proceed to the item number 7, leading in reference of the proposed measures. Mangyari, makibasa na lang po sa sekretary yung ating mga pinahapon pa na special. Meron po. Sa akin na.
A letter from the municipal mayor requesting for budget augmentation amounting to 900,000 pesos under the PPA General Supervision and Management of the Municipal Government of Brooks Point from account title rent expenses and printing and publication expenses to donations and other MOE.
Said it should be referred to the Committee on Finance chaired by Honorable Nagmina.
Another letter from the municipal mayor requesting for an authority for the local chief executive to enter into MOA by between the Brooks Point local government unit and the Palawan State University on the implementation of the internship program.
Said it should be referred to the Committee on Education chaired by yours truly.
Thank you, ma'am.
Madam Chair, I move for the resumption of our internal rules. And may we now on to the item number 8, committee report. The gentle lady from Barangay Pambilya would like to take the floor to render her committee report and recognize Honorable Dugasan, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Madam Chair. A letter from Mr. Alonso Lagisma requesting Sangguniang Bayan endorsement for the renewal of permit for sand and gravel quarry located at Barangay Maasin, Brooks Point, Palawan. Since everybody has a copy and go to recommendation. The above nature committee recommended for passing of a resolution favorably endorsing the request of Mr. Alonso Lagisma for the application of sand
and the other were located at Barangay Maasay, Rocks Point, Palawan for second and final reading. In today's regular session, I move for the adoption of this committee report number 2025 ay number 59. It's okay. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Under committee report, volunteer, committee report, kindly recognize Honorable Jackson.
Pleasant morning to our presiding officer, my colleagues. The Committee on Rules, Laws, Ethics, Public Order, and Good Governors have the honor to report it back to the Sangguniang Bayan, its findings, with a recommendation pertaining to 18 matters referred to the committee. First is the Ordinance Number 5, Series of 2025, pagbabawal sa mga kabataan na nakikita sa kalsada o nasa labas ng kanilang tahanan simula sa oras ng ika-10 ng gabi sa nasasakupan ng Barangay Mambalot. Madam Chair, since everybody has a copy, there are amendments to these provisions for the penalties for the suspension of the ordinance during activities and programs and for the effectivity. Directly imposing monetary fines on minors is inconsistent with RA 94, which prohibits criminal or harsh penalties for children in conflict with the law, and suggests for interventions, and among others, Madam Chair. So the recommendation of the committee, in view of the above, the committee recommends that Barangay Ordinance Number 005, Series of 2025 be approved in part, while recommending amendments to the Barangay Council of Mambalot, as mentioned a while ago, Madam Chair. Next is the review of Barangay Poblacion District 1 Ordinances Numbers 7 to 13, Series of 2025. Isang ordinansa na nagtatakda ng oras ng curfew para sa mga kabataan sa nasasakupan ng Barangay Poblacion 1 at pagbibigay ng kaparusahan sa paglabag nito. Isang ordinansa na nag-uutos sa lahat ng may-ari o benepisyado ng may-ari ng mga bakanteng lote na magtanim ng malunggay, babang halaman, gulay sa kanilang lote na sasakupan. Isang ordinansa sa pagpapatupad ng pamantayang sistema na nag-uutos ng pagbibigay at paglalagay ng house number o numero ng bahay sa lahat ng kabahayan sa Barangay Poblacion 1 at pagbibigay ng kaparusahan sa hindi pagsunod. Isang ordinansa sa maayos na paggamit at pangangalaga ng Barangay Covered Gym. Isang ordinansa para sa Tapat Codis Co-Program. Isang ordinansa na nagbabawal sa pag-inom ng alak sa mga kalsada at mga pampublikong lugar sa Barangay Poblacion 1 at nagpapataw ng karampatang parusa sa mga lumalabag dito. Isang ordinansa na nagpapatupad ng libreng pagpapahiram ng mga silya at mesa ng Barangay Poblacion 1 sa mga residente nito at naglalagay ng kaukulang mga alituntunin. Madam Chair, the rest are valid in its entirety, except on ordinance number 8. The intent is laudable, but however, for clarity and for enforceability, the committee recommends that the number of plants be required should be proportionate to the area of the lot. And additionally, lots that are fully fenced or otherwise not practicably cultivable should be exempted. And for ordinance number 9, the manner of numbering should follow the designated subdivision block and lot number system. So the recommendation, Madam Chair, for Barangay Ordinances number 7, 10, 11, 12, 13 be declared valid and enforceable as enacted, and Barangay Ordinances number 8 and number 9 be declared valid and enforceable subject to the recommendations herein provided.
May I interrupt the speaker? The gentleman from Paralitigm that would like to raise inquiry lang regarding sa committee report.
Thank you. Pagtapos pa sana, kaso gusto ko lang itanong yung ating output natin dito or action natin sa sanggunian if review being the chairman of the rules, is it through resolution or we will stick to the usual na ginagawa po natin?
As I have raised 2 sessions ago, since the requirement of the law is for the action of the Sangguniang Bayan, and the collegial action of the Sangguniang Bayan is only through resolutions or ordinances. So, ang required po sa atin is for resolution of the Sangguniang Bayan na pag-usapan ng Panginoon ng Chair. Kasi kung committee report po kasi, ang committee report po kasi ay internal siya na dokumento ng Sangguniang Bayan. So, ang action lang po for them to be declared valid ay yun. Huwag na kayong mag-alala kasi yung isang barangay po halos pagsasama ko na siya para hindi na siya matagal. And rest assured po, sa pag-approve po sa plenaryo, asahan niyo po na inaral po talaga ito ng committee. Kaya huwag po kayo magtiwala.
Madam Chair, follow-up lang po, last na po, hindi ba magkakaroon ng something like parang conflict of interest since yun pong reviewing committee is also the Population District 1? Or kasi yung review po ay galing sa ordinance ng Population District 1, then yung chairman po ng rules is also the barangay captain ng Population District 1. Baka the vice chairman na lang siguro ang is it okay? Or
Madam Chair, I believe that there will be no conflict of interest because wala naman po tayong personal na interest po dito. Pangalawa po ay ang aking pong pagiging punong barangay, no, yun man ay pundasyon ng aking posisyon bilang Liga President, ay ang aking pong representasyon dito po sa Sangguniang Bayan ay hindi na po punong barangay, kung hindi Liga President na po ex officio sa Sangguniang Bayan.
Thank you, Madam Presiding Officer.
May I continue, Madam Chair? Next po is the review of Barangay Samariñana Ordinances 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. For the declaring araw ng pagkakatatag or foundation day of Purok 1, Purok 2, Kabangaan, Tamlang 2, and Arba. The recommendation, Madam Chair, is for it to be declared valid and enforceable. For Barangay Samariñana Ordinance number 18, 2025, isang ordinansa na nagbabawal sa pagtatali o pagpapakalat ng mga hayop sa tabing kalsada, pampublikong daan, at iba pang pampublikong lugar sa Barangay Samariñana at naglalatag ng kaukulang parusa para sa paglabag nito. It is the recommendation, Madam Chair, is for it to be declared valid and enforceable. Another is the review of Barangay Samariñana Ordinance number 20. Ordinansa nagbabawal sa pagbebenta ng alak at sigarilyo sa mga menor de edad sa Barangay Samariñana. Same recommendation, Madam Chair. For review of Barangay Samariñana Ordinance number 19, 2025 for Delta Patugonis Program. This is the recommendation. The committee recommends that the Barangay Ordinance be declared valid but subject to amendment, specifically 1, amend Section 3 and Section 4, revise the provision on mandatory participation in clean-up drives by focusing on penalties and failure to maintain one's own frontage and premises. Kasi baka po maging yung pag-penalize po sa non-participation may be questioned legally. Para na siyang coercion o ano ba. delete Section 4 for remove the referral of violators to the lupong tagapamayapa. Instead, enforcement may be carried out through the Barangay Council or a separate Cleanliness and Sanitation Committee because this is not a case under Katarungang Pambarangay. Another is review of Barangay Samariñana Ordinance number 21. The recommendation is for it to be declared valid and enforceable. Another is the isang ordinansa na formal na pagkilala sa bawat loob ng iglesia sa Barangay Samariñana at pagtatakda ng kanilang tungkulin at pribilehiyo para sa pag-unlad ng pamayanan. Ito po ay dinaral po ito ng komite and pakibasa na lang po yung findings since ito po ay ugnayan ng simbahan at ng barangay po. The committee recommends that the barangay ordinance be declared valid but subject to amendment, specifically clarify that any barangay funds allocated under the ordinance shall be used for secular community-oriented programs and not for purely religious purposes. Define clearly the advisory role of the Barangay Religious Sector Council to avoid overlap with official barangay functions and retain the registration and recognition system as well as the participatory role of churches in community programs consistent with the local government. I move for the adoption, Madam Chair.
Any objection? Hearing none, then we adopt the committee reports rendered by the President.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Chair, the gentleman from the Shinturo would like to take the floor to render this committee report. I recognize gentleman from Barangay Tutlo would like to take the floor, Madam Chair. Consider Finance
Thank you, Madam Chair, and thank you to our Majority Floor Leader. In behalf of our good-looking Chairman of the Tourism, Culture and Arts, is Honorable Salvador Benedito. Ang inyong lingkod po, the Vice Chairman will be presenting our committee report. Since nung nakaraan po ay meron din siyang importanteng meeting na hindi po siya nakapag-attend, nagkasabay po kasi. And the subject is a resolution formally declaring Bisara or Bichara and pagluluto ng dinotlot at palbot as intangible cultural heritage of the municipality of Brooks Point and directing their documentation, safeguarding and registration with the Philippine Registry of Heritage. And I'll just go to the recommendation, Madam Chair, para mas mabilis po. In view of the foregoing, the Committee on Tourism, Culture and Arts recommends to the Sangguniang Bayan the approval of the resolution on second and final reading in today's regular session. And I move for the approval of the committee report, adoption of the committee report 2025 number 61.
Any objection? Hearing none, then we adopt the committee report rendered by the Vice Chairman of the Committee on Tourism.
Thank you, Madam Chair. And another committee report, but this one is from the Committee on Finance, Budget, Appropriations, and Ways and Means. This is committee report number 2025-number 62. The endorsement of the proposed municipal investment and the incentive code of Brooks Point, Palawan. And I'll just also give the recommendation, Madam Chair. In view of the foregoing, the committee respectfully recommends this subject to conduct another committee meeting to review the provisions of the proposed code in light of recent rules and guidelines, and also to ensure the fiscal soundness and the sustainability of the incentives to be granted, and finalize the draft for eventual approval by the Sangguniang Bayan. And I move for the adoption of the committee report number 62.
Second.
Any objections? Hearing none, then we adopt the committee report done by the Chairman of the Committee on Finance, Councilor Nakatira.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Madam Chair,
We have here a committee report number 63, and the subject is a concern levied by Mr. Joey Logna of Farmers Association in Brookspoint, Palawan regarding a sudden price drop of price break. And subject number 2, a letter from Ms. Emily B. Sumailo requesting for Sangguniang Bayan endorsement for the proposed live and fish ceremony is situated in Sitio Tamlang, Barangay Sarasa, Brookspoint, Palawan. And the subject number 1, recommendation, Madam Chair. The recommendation, the above named committee recommend to the August body to pass the resolution requesting the municipality to allocate funds for the procurement of land for the proposed construction of storage warehouse. And recommendation for subject number 2, Madam Chair. The above named committee recommend to the August body for the approval of the resolution for second and final reading in today's regular session. And the committee also recommended the August body to convene another committee meeting with the Municipal Engineering Office and PBO and coordination with the Brookspoint Licensing Office to regulate the process of legalizing the same kind of business. And may I move for the adoption of the study notes.
Second. Any objection? Hearing none, then we adopt committee report number 63, rendered by the chairman of the Committee on Agriculture, Food Security and Cooperative, Councilor Rene Divallo.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Well, here we are now on item number 9, calendar business. Mangyari wala po tayo nakalagay sa unfinished business. Unfinished. We will now move on to the item B, business for today. Kindly honorable schedule.
Madam Chair, I believe, Madam Chair, that the committee report submitted by the Committee on Rules, Laws, Ethics, Public Order, and Good Governance are comprehensive enough to answer the questions, the queries, and the concerns of my colleagues. Therefore, Madam Chair, before I move for the omnibus approval of the accompanying resolutions of our committee report regarding the review of the measures transmitted by the Barangay Council of Mambalot, Samaringana, and Poblacion District 1. I am now open for their questions, Madam Chair, aside from those discussed already in the committee report.
Okay, any question or clarification with regard to the several barangay ordinances earlier reported by the chairman of the committee rules? Clarification? Yes, Madam
Madam Chair, I vote for the interpretation to be created to the proponent for the rules of those measures.
Any objection? Then we may proceed to the approval of the following measures.
Thank you, Madam Chair. For the 18 measures, for the 18 ordinances transmitted to the Sangguniang Bayan for review, may I have
Budget augmentation amounting to 300,000 pesos intended for salary and wages of casual employees under the Sangguniang Bayan of Brooks Point.
Second.
Any objection? Hearing none, then we approve the amount of 300,000 pesos intended for augmentation that will be used for the salary of our casual employees at Sangguniang Bayan.
Thank you, Madam Chair, and thank you to my colleagues.
Madam Chair, the for this measure,
Thank you, Madam Chair, and to the floor majority leader. Thank you. Madam Chair, I have here a resolution formally declaring Pisara, Bichara, pagluluto ng linugnot at pelbot as intangible cultural heritage of the municipality of Brooks Point and directing their documentation, safeguarding, and registration with the Philippine Registry of Heritage. The proponent is willing to accept questions or interpolations or if there's clarifications. The resolution.
With regard to the measure to be proposed by Councilor Wendy.
Madam Chair, I want to close the period of interpolation.
May you move for the approval?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move for the approval of the resolution formally declaring Bisara, Bichara, pagluluto ng linugnot at pelbot as intangible cultural heritage of the municipality of Brooks Point and directing their documentation, safeguarding, and registration with the Philippine Registry of Heritage. I so move.
Any objection? Hearing
Madam
none.
Chair, yes, legal person. Madam Chair, just a clarification, Madam Chair, not an objection. Kasi I have observed po, in the barangay ordinance o barangay sa Mariñana, the spelling of lutlog is LOT. In this measure naman po, hindi po siya ganun yung pagkaka-spell. May I ask po the proponent, what is really the spelling?
May I request Councilor Nathan since hindi ako may report po.
Nangyari po kasi committee meeting po na yan, kasama po natin ang ating AMR as well as the tourism officers, the surgeon, and other mataganda siguro sa ano na to, dinot-not tawag ko based on their study po sa buong Brooks Point. Kasi yung ibang lugar pala sa Manis, basta dinot-not kami tawag. Pero iba naman sa Iwernod, dinot-not. Dinot-not Festival. Pero pagdating po sa dito, sa resolution, dinot-not, pagluto ng dinot-not na raw mo. So kaya po, yun ang naglihan po ng lahat with our municipality MR. Kaya yun yung ginawa ko natin tayo sa resolution. Pero,
Madam Chair,
tama po kayo doon.
I believe po na yung word na note ay yung po galing po sa NCCA, sa National Commission for Culture and Arts po.
So here in the chair, follow-up question. Here in Nilutlog, it is spelled as, because I don't have a mouth, spelled as N-I-L-U-T. L-U-T. And Nilutlog is the act of doing. The Lutlog is the product. Tama po ba ako? So, ano spelling?
Dinot-not.
Oo, kasi yung product. Kaya siguro yung verb.
Pero yung pagkain niya,
Okay, so
Pelbat. Pero dito po, DOT. Pero yung sa una po na binigay sa akin, TELBUT. Pero pagtanong po namin sa mga panlima at kailangan Pelbat daw pang pasa, pero DOT siya.
Oo.
So, ginagawa.
Kahit nga yung halimbawa, malunga, sa kanila ang spelling M-E. Sa halip na M-A. Di ba? So, kasi mo, okay, so wala naman ibang clarification.
So, Madam Chair, sa final po yun, Madam Chair, sorry po, Jo. Because ito po ay isusulong natin for as intangible po natin na yaman at malalagay po sa mga archives. Kaya, napaka-importante po that we are very sure, absolutely sure of this spelling.
Kung pwede rin po siguro, lagyan natin ng linot-lot or lot-lot.
Madam Chair, before you recognize the members of the Secretary, may I remind na yung body ay meron pa tayo podium to proper raise questions kung meron man. Pangyari na tumayo lamang tayo doon so that we can show the proper decorum dito po while we are having sessions. Sige.
Sino na? Si NMR o si...
Sige, pauna mo. Sino na tayo? Madam Chair, I recognize yung wala kanina po, Madam Chair.
Thank you to our Majority Floor Leader. And IPMR, final words ka na lang po since ito mas ano po dito, di ba? Bigyan ko lang ng background po sa title kasi na ginamit po natin. Magandang idea po yun yung sa sinabi rin po ni SB Stalwart na lagyan po siya ng slash. Nagkaroon din po kasi ng issue sa Bisara at Bitsara. Di ba po, Bitsara din po yung tawag. Pero sa iba po kasing grupo, yung spelling niya is Bisara daw. B-I-S-A-R-A. Pero sa iba naman po is Bitsara. B-I-T-Y-A-R-A. Pero pareho po siyang Bitsara pag binasa. So pati yung NCCA po, nalilito rin sila kung anong isusulat nila doon. So nag-slash din sila. Bisara and Bitsara. Kasi yung mga kapatid po natin na Palawan, merong grupo talaga na gano'n ang binibigay nilang spelling. Meron yung grupo sa kabila na gano'n din. Same po dito siguro sa linot-lot and lot-lot. Baka pwedeng gano'n na rin, slash na rin po natin kung okay po sa ating
Yung slash, F-O-T-L-O-T.
Opo. And siguro po yun, nabanggit ko na po yung title ng resolution and I strongly suggest po na ang ating IPMR po magtapos po nung tingin yung nararapat.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Since po nabanggit na kailangan po ay correct spelling, sige po. Yung linot-lot po, yung talagang original na tawag, at yung spelling ay L-I, N-O-L-O-T. Linot-lot. N-O-T-L-O-T. Linot-lot. So, yung Bitsara. Kung naman po sa Pilipinas, Bitsara. Siguro sa ibang lugar yung Bisara. Wala po dito sa Bronx. Sa Bronx po yung Bisara. Bitsara. B-I-T-Y-A-R-A. Bitsara. Kaya Bisara po, ako po kinagisnan ko, Madam Chair, ay lucky rin po ako sa lulukong panglima. Kaya alam ko po yung mga tawag, hindi po Bisara. Kaya lang po, ayon po sa pag-interview nila, bakit merong Bisara, siguro doon sa iba, yung Bisara, pero po din sa Pagkena.
Ang Indonesian language, meron silang Bisara. Ang sabihin nun, paglulusa.
Opo. Yung Bitsara.
Galing yun doon. Bitsara.
Opo.
Pero sa kanila, siyang spelling.
Bitsara. Kasi ang bitsara, yung pagsisettle o pag-asaayos ng hidwaan o problema ng mga katutubo. Bitsara. Yung Madam Chair, kung wala na pong katanungan para po masagot ko, ano pa pong dapat i-clarify?
To avoid the conflict, Madam Chair.
Thank you, IPMR, sa pag-iina.
Thank you.
Dilog-dilog dash, ay, slash dot dot. So, thank you, IPMR and to my dear colleagues. So, I move for the approval of a resolution formally declaring Bisara, Itsara, pagluluto ng Lotlot at Talbot as intangible cultural heritage of the municipality of Brooks Point and directing their documentation, safeguarding, and registration with the Philippine Registry of Heritage. So, move for it.
Second.
Any objection? Hearing none, then we approve this resolution. Proposed by Councilor Ray.
Of course, I would like to thank the co-authors of this resolution, Honorable Nathan Samana Canilaw, Richard Tabalian, Isidro Rodriguez, and SB Hayatiduas.
Madam Chair, under business for today, I recognize the one from Barangay Saludon for his measures.
Thank you po. We have a draft resolution for the presiding officers. A resolution requesting the municipal mayor Honorable Sisami Binti to allocate fund for the procurement of land for the proposed rice grain storage warehouse. Ito po yung na-committee report po kanina ng presiding officer. A request po ng ating Farmers Association. At isa po ito.
One question, clarification, if there's a resolution. I think we could approve.
I move for the approval. Yan po yung reason po pala, Madam Chair, ng ating po NFA. Kaya po nag-stop buying sila, ay wala po silang warehouse na po. Kaya ito po yung isang request nila. Baka na po meron po tayong area na pwede lang pagtayuan po ng warehouse para po tuloy-tuloy yung pamimili ng palay ng ating NFA. So ito po yung isa sa tackle po namin last committee hearing na sana po ay mabigyan po sila ng space para po magpapasuloy yung pamilya.
Ano ba sa resolution mo? Isa sa South, isa sa North?
Yan po yung isa suggestion din po. But sa ngayon po kung saan po yung maunang area po na magkaroon po talaga tayo sa Mariñana po. Maasin po, yun po yung mga target areas po.
Sa maasin meron tayo. Piliin ko din na tayo sa individuals. Yun na doon sa may dapat sa resulta. Ay, hindi. Tsaka yung ina-occupy na yun ng agriculture office doon. Sa ano nga itapang natin doon? Tekno Center. Siguro hindi na tayo sa land procurement sa northern barangays. Kung hindi funds
Sa
for
southern barangays.
construction ng warehouse. Sa south yung procurement ng land. Mas maganda kung sa Mariñana para
Certo. Any questions?
Madam Chair, under period of interpolation, may I ask you to comment regarding sa kanyang draft resolution?
yung draft resolution.
May initial amount na po ba or size regarding sa grains o rice grains which na paglalagyan according to sa mga usapin under the committee ng agriculture. Enlighten po po.
Sa ngayon po ay wala pa naman siya nababanggit. But yun po yung hihiling na po ng ating representative from National Food Authority na yun pong paglalagyan at yung pong budget nila ay nandiyan naman po para mapagtayuan po ng warehouse.
Another question po, Madam Chair,
Yes.
kasi when we say rice grain storage, gaano kaya kalaki yung nasabing storage na ito, lalo pa yung pag-iimbangan natin ay hindi lang ilang sako or amount na pwedeng ilagay po dito. Meron po bang idea ang ating proposal?
Yes po, nabanggit po ng representative from IFA kung pwede na po yun sa 10,000 bags sa south at ganoon din po yung sa north.
Hinihingi ba nila ay land lang?
Yes po.
Yung sa construction ng building?
Meron daw po silang budget from national.
Pwede pa pwede na sila doon sa ano? Sa eco center. Kasi ako iniisip ko noon ay mayroon din tayong plan na LGU mismo yung mamimili ng patay. Para hindi tayo nakadepende sa ano, sa mga negosyante. At saka halimbawa mag-stop yung LFA, ay hindi. Kaya mas maganda rin talaga na hindi lang tayo magbigay ng land sa LFA. Hindi tayo mismo. Kapag tayo hindi ng warehouse. Kasi baka in the future ay magkaroon tayo lang sa Papamondo. Para kapag tayo LGU mismo, ibigay ng wala talaga natin pag-iwan yung ating mga bayan. Kung talagang bakit kasi yung rice tarification, alam mo rin siguro Councilor Badwa na talagang paano tayo, di ba? Na LGU mismo ang bibili ng palay sa mga nagsasaka. Lang magkaroon ng rice tarification, sabi nga nila, ma-address na ito, ma-address na yung mga problema. Pero hindi naman na-address mas lumala pa yung problema. At mas bumaba pa yung presyo kasi flattered na tayo ng mga imported rice.
Madam Chair, another question under the information. Nabanggit ko ng ating proponent kanina na sa kanilang committee ay napag-usapan na nais magtayo ng dalawang grain storage. May I ask the proponent, ano po kaya yung initial na barangay kung saan maglalagyan ito? Kasi bagamat wala pa man tayo nahanap ng lupa, pero at least may pinaprospect tayo na area.
Thank you mga sa iyo, officer. Kaya po dito sa ating pong sa assist po natin, yung target po natin ay yung sa Mariana. Siyempre yung medyo meron na kaagad po mapagpatayuan. But kaya nabanggit po sa atin ang ating sign officer na meron po tayong mga bakanting hotel po sa Barangay Maasin. Ganda po na mapag-usapan po muli na ating pong sa NFA, ang kanyang representative, na dalawa na po kaagad ang meron pa na possible na area para po sa ating warehouse.
Madam Chair, under the lead of interpolation, kindly recognize Honorable Crespo Abon.
Councilor Abon.
May I also request the good councilor to kindly stand sa ating podium for the interpolation.
Thank you for the recognition. May I just ask Madam Chair sa ating pong proponent, kasi nakalagay po dito sa findings, number 2, second reason po sa problem na ito is insufficient rice storage due to no public storage, inadequate private storage, and lack of post-harvest infrastructure. May I know po, Madam Chair, kasi syempre ina-address po natin yung concern nila, which is nga sudden price drop of rice grain. Ano po ito yung mga post-harvesting sana na banggit? So that ma-address natin lahat po sana ng concerns. Thank you.
Madam Presiding Officer. Thank you po, Honorable Sarah Chino. Isa po kasi ito sa nung last week po na wala po ako dito ay meron pong pagpupulong ng ating pong Department of Agriculture kung saan ay wala pong naging representative po from Santiago Bayan. Pinadala ko lang po yung aking secretary para ma-take note lang po yung mga problema. So yun nga po yung isa sa na-erase na po doon kung saan yun po mga post-harvest facilities din po yung isa sa mga nabanggit din po nila at yun po ay isa sa natako din po namin itong mga nakaraan but gusto rin lang po nila na mas mauna po ito po talaga yun. Kasi ang pagkakalat po ng ating po mga farmers kaya po mga babae ang ating pong palay po dahil sa pag-stop buying po ng ating NFA at sinasamantala po ito ng ating mga traders dito sa labas. Kaya yun po yung problema na dapat po yung aksyonan po sana na makapag-tayo po tayo kaagad ng coastal ay ng ating pong warehouse para may pagpatuloy po yung sa ngayon po kasi nasa 23 to 30 na pa daw po sila. Meron po warehouse but sa ngayon po stop buying po talaga. So yun po yung nakakamit po. And sa ngayon po ay ang provincial government po sa ating pong sa pamumuno po ng ating board member Mr. Saga ay naggawa na rin po ng isang resolution na sana po ay isang nagiging problema po yung pag-import po ng ating mga igas po dito sa Palawan na saan po sa i-request niya po sana po ay wala na po importation dito po na papasok sa atin po sa Palawan.
Thank you. So preferably, dapat sa Samarinda kasi mataas siya.
Madam Chair, there being no more questions raised on the interpretation, I move to close the interpretation of the giveaway to the proponents for the approval of this proposal.
Okay, I move for the approval of this resolution.
Thank you, Madam Presiding Officer. And I move for the approval of resolution requesting the Municipal Mayor Honorable Cesario R. Bendito Jr. to allocate funds for the procurement of the land for the proposed rice grain store warehouse and the municipality of Brooks Point located at Barangay Samariñana, Brooks Point, Palawan.
Second.
Any objection? Hearing none, then this resolution for fund allocation.
Thank you, Madam Presiding Officer. And another Madam Presiding Officer, resolution favorably endorsing the application of Ms. Emily B. Sumaylo for a wildlife special investment for life and fish marine business located at Sitio Tamlang, Barangay Sarasa, Brooks Point, Palawan.
Any question, clarification?
Thank you, Madam Presiding Officer. I move for the approval of resolution for favorably endorsing the application of Emily B. Sumaylo for wildlife special use permit for life and fish marine business located at Sitio Tamlang, Barangay Sarasa, Brooks Point, Palawan, be approved and adopted.
Second.
Any objection? Hearing none. Then we approve this resolution favorably endorsing the application of Ms. Emily Sumaylo for wildlife special use permit for live and fresh marine business.
Thank you, Madam Presiding Officer, and to the authority for me and my team. Thank you.
Madam Chair, under business court today, I generally para po
Councilor Gasa.
Thank you, Madam Chair. A resolution favorably endorsing the request of Mr. Arnold
Ilagisma for the renewal of application for the sand and gravel permit located at Barangay Maasin, Rocks Point, Palawan. And the report of the declaration.
Madam Chair,
Yes.
I move to close the meeting of interpolation to be voted for the approval of resolution.
Yes. No question or clarification?
Resolution popularly endorsed by Mr. Arnold Puri, the BC for the renewal of application for commence of sand and gravel permit located at Barangay Maasin, Rocks Point, Palawan, be approved and adopted.
Second.
Any objection? Hearing none, then we approve this resolution. That they will be endorsed as the request of Mr. Arnold Legisma for the renewal of this application for the site and gravel permit located at Barangay Maasin, Rocks Point, Palawan.
Thank you, Madam.
Madam Chair, still under the business for today, I recognize Mr. Rosino from Barangay 2 as he takes the first chair. Honorable Lavin.
Councilor.
Thank you, Madam Chair, and thank you to our majority floor leader. I have here a letter from our municipal mayor, Honorable Cesario Benedito Jr., requesting for adoption and approval of MDC Resolution Number 36, Series of 2025, entitled the Resolution Approving and Adopting the Supplemental AIP, and this is certified as urgent. And I believe everyone has a copy naman po. And the floor is now open for declaration.
Any question?
Madam Chair,
None?
Madam Chair, I move to close the meeting of interpolation.
Yes, period of interpolations, hereby closed.
And I move for the approval of an adoption of a resolution approving and adopting the supplemental 8IT.
Second. Any objection? Hearing none, then we approve EIP under MDC Resolution Number 36.
And another one, Madam Chair, a letter from our municipal mayor, Honorable Cesario Benedito Jr., requesting for adoption and approval of the proposed supplemental budget number 2025-09, amounting to 1,598,000 pesos.
Di ba yung approve natin last time? Special session. Iba po.
Iba po kasi giniwalay nila talaga.
Ito? Ito na?
Yan yung tinutulong
Yun na,
diba?
Pareho eh.
11 million daw po yun, Madam Chair.
Oo. Ito din, di ba?
1,598,000.
Okay. Para po ito numbers 37. Hindi.
Hindi po.
Okay. So, approval.
Thank you, Madam Chair. And another one is a request for budget augmentation amounting to 900,000 under the PPA General Supervision and Management of the Municipal Government, which point this is a account title rent expenses and printing and publication expenses to donation and other MOE. 900,000 po ito. Ito po ay kaninang umaga lang po namin
Madam Chair, there being no questions raised, we will clear the interpolation and move to close the interpolation. We will leave the prominent for the approval of its measure.
and I move for the approval of this budget augmentation amounting to 900,000 pesos. Requested by our municipal mayor.
Any objection? Hearing none, then we approve the budget augmentations in the amount of 900,000 pesos.
Thank you, Madam Chair, and thank you for today.
Madam Chair, may I take the floor to sponsor a measure coming from our Chief Executive, certified as certain matter. This is with regards to the resolution authorizing our LCE to enter into MOA of agreement by and between the local Brooks Point Local Government Unit and Palawan State University on the implementation of the internship program under the Committee on Education. Madam Chair.
Go ahead, Dr. Leader.
Sa aking mga kasamahan na dito rin yung MOA na ipinasa tulad lang at rin dito po ay para lang naman sa internship program ng ating mga estudyante sa ating lokal na pamahalaan. Baka merong mga pamilinaw katanungan na nais linawin po.
Any move for the approval?
Sige po, Madam Chair, maraming salamat po kayo for a resolution authorizing the local chief executive to enter into a MOA by and between the Brooks Point Local Government Unit and Palawan State University for the implementation of the internship program. Sumunod po siya.
Any objection? Hearing none, we approve such resolution.
Maraming salamat po. Now, Madam Chair, we are now through the business for today. Madam Chair, baka po, ang business for today ay nire-recommend or wala kaya.
Thank you, Madam Chair. This was respectfully forwarded sa ating po NDC Resolution number 38. Requirement po kasi siya, Madam Chair, para sa augmentation kanina. Dito na po nakapaloob. This total amount, 1,200,000. Kasama po yung 900,000 from the Mayor's Office and the SP po na 300,000. Baka wala po SP.
Talagang depende na talagang eventually sa discretion ng kapitan. Kasi considering they have proper trainings, seminars, and all na nakuha na. So, paano po ba yun pagka ayaw lang ni kapitan? Itsepwera na, or pag ikaw ay hindi sa akin, alis ka na, ganun po ba yun? Or meron mga sinusunod naman na parameters to consider?
Madam Chair, thank you, Speaker. Sa pagkakalam ko po, no, ang mga barangay din po ay siyempre accreditation po yan yung level by level yung mga daycare workers. So yung iba po, hindi naman po nila agad-agad tinatanggal ng ibang po lahat. Kinonsider din po nila yung experience since pag tinanggal po nila yung pangalaman yung mga kabataan.
Kailangan kasi ng appointment ng barangay kapitan. Kay sa Liga President president natin, kasi siya, wala siyang tinanggal eh. Kaya tuloy-tuloy. Pero sa isang barangay na alam ko, after the barangay election, hinahanapan kasi ng appointment ng ating sino tawag nito? Ang tawag ng coordinator natin, si DW. Hinahanapan siya ng appointment. Pag wala siyang appointment dahil sa kapitan, hindi siya consider. Kaya isang kilala ko, talagang hindi siya nakabalik.
With that, Madam Chair, kasi kaya ko siya na-raise yung question na yun ay parang pagtibayin po yung isang salita na hindi naman para basta-basta kung okay, ikaw ay yung trabaho dito o mga during the election ay agad-agad lang talaga. So there are sectors pala na tinitignan whether you are qualified to be a child development worker. So yun lang po, maraming salamat po sa naging pagtulog po ng ating regala what of the dito. Ngayon din po, Madam Chair, our second interpreter, highly recognize the gentleman from Ilan.
Thank you, Madam Presiding Officer. Actually, this is not an interpellation. Gusto ko lang po dagdagan yung statement na binigay ni Majority Floor Leader. My mother is a child development worker for 30 years. But then, ito sadly, to be honest, nagkaroon ng palit ng administration ng Barangay Ipilan. 30 years of experience. Yung mga nanay na yung anak ko, yung estudyante niya pa, and then trainings and etc. Given the incentives ay napakamababa. But nagpalit ng administration ng Barangay Ipilan, parang gusto silang tanggalin. Sabi ko, mama, huwag na hintay na tanggalin ka. Umalis ka na lang. Kaya nangyari nun, sad to say, SB Rodriguez, yung authority is within the barangay captain. So, tama po yung sinabi mo kanina, mas maganda na magkaroon tayo ng local policy if we can to pass a local policy para po ma-regulate yun po pag-appoint. Thank you, Madam President Officer.
Yan nga po, mas okay nga po yung sa resolution mo natin. Yung pagtigil na po to our audience.
Susunod po mga panahon. But then, sa atin na pong naririnig ay mukhang medyo hinihiling ko lang po sa mga kasamahan at sa atin at presiding officer na medyo, naman po, bigyan naman din po natin ng diplomatic and kortesiya din po ang pagsasalita po sa ating po mga pulong barangays. At mamaya po ako po ay mag-introduce po ng mga amendments, not to alter the substance of this resolution, but for constructive legislation po, only to reframe the words. So, para naman po tayo ay hindi parang kritiko ng mga barangays, kung hindi partners po, katuwang po natin ang mga barangays. Katuwang po natin ang mga barangays. At sana yun po ang ating pong maging tema, ang tenor ng ating pong pag-uusap ngayong umaga. Maraming salamat po.
Actually, Madam Chair, I would like to apologize lang sa mga kapitan and representative po. As representative po ng Siligan naman barangay, since yung mga sa privilege speech po kanina ay parang lahat kagad na-judge ko agad po yung mga kapitan. So I would like to say so.
Oo, hindi naman talaga lahat maybe isolated. Pero the fact na may clamor from the daycare workers, simula pa yan kay Councilor Agon, tapos napunta sa inyo, sabi niya talaga, it's happening. At yung kay Councilor G. Mart tungkol sa mother niya, hindi naisip lang nila na siguro hindi siya nire-reappoint. Pero doon sa isang kaibigan ko, talaga hindi siya nire-reappoint. At nakakalungkot niya kasi napakahusay. Sa buong Palawan, parang siya yung number 1. Pero hindi siya nalimu kasi hindi siya nire-reappoint. After na siya. Personally siya. Pero maganda yung resolution na ito para maging na-experience secure kung sakali man na pwede silang hindi i-reappoint ay sana mayroong guidelines, may basis. Kasi una-una, sayang din yung investment kasi ng LGU pati ng province sa mga seminars na ina-attiran nila. Tapos ay pagka-problema sa after ng barangay election ay sayang yung mga knowledge na na-impart na sa kanila na mapapalitan sila ng mga kabuhan to the detriment ng ating mga patabas niya.
Madam Chair, under Bill of Introduction po,
Yes, Legal President.
Madam Chair, ang sa akin na naman po, hindi naman po, nung ako po nakakausap din natin ng mga daycare workers, ang pagsisipin po nila para po sila ay magkaroon po ng plantilla position ay para naman din po well compensated yung kanila din pong trabaho po sa mga balabarangay and para ma-avoid po itong pangyayari po ito sa kanila na narinig po nila nangyayari po sa ibang mga lugar. Pero generally po sa Brooks Point, ako po ay matataas noon na maaaring sabihin po sa Sangguniang Bayan na ang ating pong mga punong barangays ay maayos pong magdedesisyon para sa mga barabarangays nila. At sila po ay lagi naman pong humingi rin ng guidance sa ating punong bayan at sa inyong lingkod. At muli po, ako po ay nagpapasalamat din sa proponent for sa pagmalasakit po sa ating pong mga daycare workers. At ganoon na rin para po din maiwasan na rin yung pagbiblame, pagpuput ng blame sa ating mga punong barangays na nag-generalize po ang mga barangays na sa kadahilanan ng pagkakamali po or sa pagdedesisyon na hindi naman po natin alam pa kung ano ang dahilan ng ilan. Kaya I believe that this measure po ay magandang simulain po para maproteksyonan yung ating pong mga daycare workers. Kung titinan po natin dito, abot pa nga po hanggang Kongreso dahil ang ating pong batas para po sa ating mga daycare workers, yun po ang kailangan pong rebisahin, at para mas maproteksyonan po sila. So, muli po, ako ay nagpapasalamat sa ating proponent and naniniwala ako na ang kanyang intensyon ay para po sa proteksyon at hindi naman to put blame on the barangay leadership. Let us change the system po, and let us not put the blame on yung sa people, but the system itself po. So, with that, Madam Chair, I rise to introduce some amendments, not to alter the substance, but to reframe some provisions of these resolutions so as not to sound as confronting, but at least to keep our partnership with the barangays. And nandun pa rin po ang diplomatic na kortesiya natin at pagrespeto po sa autonomiya ng mga barangays. On the third whereas, Madam Chair, that it be read as follows, that this phrase be, nakalagay po kasi dito, rendering them vulnerable to dismissal, especially upon the change of barangay leadership after elections. As I've said, Madam Chair, let us change the system, not the people. So make it be changed as, despite their crucial role, many child development workers in Brooks Point remain as honorarium-based or contractual workers, making their employment status less secure and their continuity of service potentially affected by administration transitions. Another, Madam Chair, on the fourth, that the phrase be shielded from political pressures and afforded stability in their employment be changed into be afforded stability and protection in their employment. And on the third paragraph on the resolution, Madam Chair, that the phrase shall not be dismissed solely due to political changes in barangay leadership, but only for just cause and due process, be changed into shall be accorded, that it be read as follows, that the municipality of Brooks Point, through the local chief executive and in coordination with barangays, consider local measures ensuring that child development workers shall be accorded fair treatment and due process in matters of employment and personal actions and thus personal actions be guided by just cause and adherence. Shall be accorded fair treatment and due process in matters of employment and personal actions be guided by just cause and adherence to due process, Madam Chair.
Yes, can you comment?
Mama na ulit that.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
And also, Madam Chair, I may request that the Liga ng mga Barangay President be a co-author of this resolution since hindi na po siya dahil Liga ng mga Barangay President but dahil po sa wisdom niya pagdating po sa mga daycare workers po.
And Madam Chair, and as a commitment of support to this resolution, I will seek the support of the punong barangays here in the municipality of Brooks Point to pass a resolution of support to this ordinance and other measures that they may pass in their barangay councils, Madam Chair.
So with that, Madam Chair, I move for the approval of a resolution expressing the full support of the Sangguniang Bayan Brooks Point for the institutionalization and security of tenure of child development workers, daycare workers in the municipality, and urging the Department of Social Welfare and Development, the Department of Budget and Management, the Civil Service Commission, and the Congress of the Philippines to create permanent candidate positions for them as amended.
Second. Any objections? Hearing none, then be approved with this landmark resolution.
Thank you, Madam.
We are now through, Madam Chair, to the unassigned business. We move on now to the item of 10, resolutions and ordinances for their meeting.
Madam Chair.
Madam Chair, I withdraw my motion and to go back to the unassigned business, Madam Chair. I recommend another objection.
Madam Chair, Majority Floor Leader, this has passed, Madam Chair, and I have learned as a legal president the passing away of our former Punong Barangay of Mainit, Punong Barangay De La Torre, Leopoldo De La Torre, and as such, Madam Chair, I would like to move for urgency for us to pass a measure expressing sympathy to the bereaved family.
Second to the urgency, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Moving on to the item number 10, this is the presentation that the Secretary of the ordinances for third reading.
Items under third reading, ordinance number 2025/46, an ordinance requiring business establishments in the municipality of Brooks Point to submit regular reports on job vacancies and details of hired employees to the Municipal Public and Private Service Office and providing incentives for compliance. Sponsored by Councilor Jackson.
Who are in favor of this ordinance? Please raise your right.
Number 2, ordinance number 2025/47, an ordinance transferring positions from the original office to other offices. Sponsored by Councilor Jackson.
Please raise your right hand for those who are in favor of this ordinance. Approved unanimously.
Item number 11, announce announcement.
Announcement, hindi matutuloy yung ating Quasar Judicial Seminar. Reschedule. Hindi available. Announcement, other announcement. Happy birthday,
Thank you. Madam Chair, there being no more agenda for today's regular